Hello everyone and welcome to the Coin Company YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like our videos and press the subscribe button to see all the latest coin reviews. Today we are going to do the third part of our investing in physical silver video clip series. So look, if you haven't watched the first two, please make sure that you do watch them. The links are in the description. But today we are going to be talking about limited Bullion releases by the major mints, as well as licensed Bullion products. So look, we'll start with the limited Bullion releases. Now, basically, what's the difference between limited Bullion release and the normal Bullion coins by the mainstream mints? Now, the simple answer is the mintage. So where for something like Australian Koala or Australian Kookaburra from the Perth Mint, the mintage would be around 500,000 coins. The same Bullion coins from the Perth Mint, but in a limited sort of release, something like Australian Emu or the Silver Dragon 1 ounce silver coins, these would have a much smaller mintage. The Australian Emu has the mintage of 30,000 pieces, and the Dragon has the mintage of 45,000 pieces. Everything else is, well, look, basically very similar to your mainstream Bullion coins. The quality is exactly the same, as you can see on the reverse. Same with the obverse. If you've seen the Kookaburra coins, will be very familiar to you. These are Australian legal tenders as well. So realistically, it's the mintage which makes it a little bit different. Now, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of buying those limited Bullion releases coins? So we'll start with the disadvantages, and obviously the first disadvantage is the price. Because of the mintage, of a lower mintage, the premium you pay over the metal is a little bit higher comparing to, say, Kookaburra or Koala coin. And also, I would say the second disadvantage would be the acknowledgement of these coins, the market awareness, if you want to say, where everyone knows that a Kookaburra is the Bullion coin, which is produced by the Perth Mint. Not everyone would be aware of your Australian Emu or Silver Dragon coin. Not everyone would be aware that the Perth Mint produces them. Now, advantages. Obviously, the biggest advantage is the mintage. So, being a smaller mintage, that means that these coins have higher chances of being sold out. And if that happens, generally they do go up in value on the secondary market. So if you buy these coins and then you want to sell it later on, there is a good chance that you might get a higher premium on top of the metal price, just simply because these coins are sold out. I guess the second advantage is that they are fairly special. So everyone would have a Kookaburra coin, but not everyone would have an Australian Emu or the Silver Dragon coin. So let's have a quick look at the licensed Bullion coins. Now, these coins have emerged quite recently, so I would probably say 3 to 5 years, and they became popular once the coin industry started being focused on licensed products. So what's a licensed Bullion product? So basically it's a silver coin, silver Bullion coin struck in Bullion quality, where the reverse features some sort of licensed theme. So in this particular case, it's a Sonic the Hedgehog or Back to the Future. Now, the other difference would be the legal tender. Absolute majority of these Bullion coins would not have a main sort of legal tender, something like Australian or Canadian or American. I think from just top of my head, I think the only product which would have a sort of mainstream legal tender would be James Bond coins released by the Royal British Mint, I should say, where absolute majority, I would say 95-97% of these Bullion licensed product, they would have some sort of smaller, I guess, legal tenders like Niue or Tuvalu or Cook Islands or any sort of small, I guess, island nations. Now, what are the advantages and disadvantages of these coins? Well, we'll start with the disadvantage, and again, it's the price. It's the biggest disadvantage because it's a licensed product, meaning that the licensing fee is involved in producing these coins. So that will put a price a little bit higher. Also, because of the mintage, and the mintage is very low for this coin. So Sonic, for example, has the mintage of 30,000 pieces, where Back to the Future has a mintage of 10,000 pieces. So because of that small mintage, obviously the price is a little bit higher as well than comparing to your normal mainstream Bullion coins. Now, some people would say another disadvantage is the absence of a mainstream legal tender, such as an Australian, for example, legal tender on these coins. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter that much, but there are, classical collectors there who do not like legal tenders from Niue or Tuvalu or one of those island nations. Now, the advantages. Obviously, the number one advantage is the, I guess, prettiness of the coin. So you get something like Back to the Future, and as you can see, the design is quite special. And I mean, same with Sonic the Hedgehog. The second advantage is its attractiveness to more generic public. So, those people who grew up in 1980s, 1990s playing Sonic the Hedgehog or watching the Back to the Future movie, this would be much more attractive to them comparing to, say, a koala coin or emu coin. And number three is the rarity. So these coins, they're generally not as serious. They're usually done for a particular anniversary. So in this case, for example, it's a 30th anniversary of the Sonic the Hedgehog, meaning that this coin is only released in 2021. And there is most probably not going to be a second coin in 2022. So the coins are quite rare, and because of their mintage, if they sold out, again, similar to the the limited Bullion releases, once it's sold out, there is a good chance that the price will go up on a secondary market. So here we go, guys. That was the last part of our investing in physical silver series. Thank you for watching all three of them. As usual, if you did like it, please press the like button, please subscribe. That helps us a lot to promote the channel, and that helps us to make more videos like that.